It's Huggy! And welcome to Alone, the podcast where we always live outside normal expectations. And this is episode 2 of that conversation. Ooh, bars. Anyway, shit. Baby dad versus baby moms. You I was telling y'all, kind of getting on the point of like, kind of, y'all expect a lot from men before knowing what they actually came from. Like, you wouldn't expect a pianist, or however you say it, to put together your computer because he didn't learn them skills. You wouldn't expect a cook to know how to build your gazebo. You know what I'm saying? We all have our own pathways that we went through in life. We all went through things and learned perspectives of how to treat things and how we should judge things, in other words. So I just want to continue on with this conversation. I want to kind of keep telling you about my situation and why I want to have this conversation. And craziest thing is that for the first time in a long time, and I ran into my oldest son, my namesake, Jesse Henry, and he actually pulled up on me, like, hey, Dad, and I ain't even, he had a mask covering 80% of his face, glasses, which he's always wore, hair all wild all over his face, so, I mean, I knew it was him, though. But anyway, man, it's been so long since I had seen him, and it hit me hard, man. It hit me hard. Like, I've been imagining this moment because me and his mom, our relationship is never been what you would call ideal. So I know in his perspective it looks crazy, and on top of that, the perspective that she has laid on top of that has probably got him thinking like all type of things. But for me, like, the fight has always been there. I just been trying to do it different ways, and I'll get into that while telling my story. So So I ran into him. He pulled down on me while I was out shopping. And for me, I'm trying to talk to him, but his mom was coming to pick him up. And I know if she catches me talking to him, it's just going to be another ordeal. A whole nother big ordeal. You know what I mean? Shoot. So since then, like, I have another son, Marquand. He's 16. He works at Panera Bread. He started dating this girl. I guess talking or dating, whatever you do it nowadays, whatever you want to call it. And that girl actually goes to the same school as my son. So I've been trying to kind of communicate between them to try to get some conversation with my son, because his mom has made it very hard for me to kind of keep our relationship together, like, because she has her reasons, and they're not valid to me or to most people who would hear them, but we'll get to that later. Yesterday, it kind of, you know what I'm saying? I've always knew that this fight was coming because of how the journey has been. I knew this fight was coming. I knew it was going to be a dragon that I was going to be battling with to try to get my relationship back with my sons. You know what I'm saying? It's always been a dragon I've been battling with the whole time, trying to maintain it. But after fighting so long and having a kid at the house, and I had to make sure he learned the proper way to kind of move forward, you know what I mean? And fight the battle non-physically. Try to fight other avenues. And that's what I did. And, man, my son Marquand told me, like, basically I've been trying to see if I can get tickets to his graduation. And my son, oldest son, he graduates this year. And he kind of basically told me, like, he kind of don't want to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And that hurt me. And I understand, even though I knew that this could kind of be the situation, that shit hurt, man. Like a gunshot. Like, and I tried to imagine it, even to the point of tears, like in my imagination, with the mindset I put. But even hearing it in real life, or even from another person, third party, you know what I'm saying? It just, man, that shit hurt. But I want to get to the story, man. I don't want to get too much into that because it'll make me get emotional. I'm already kind of having trouble here. But anyway, let's start with his mom. Baby mom number one. I won't get a mom's names. I'll get a child's name. They mine, so I have the right. Anyway, man, we met in high school. Just on a humbug, just somebody like I had an English class next to the home ec class. I'm always in there like, make me this, make me that, just bullshitting. And her and another girl would talk their shit, trying to get me out, like anybody making you shit, this and that, blah, blah, blah. One winter formal, me and my friends were actually beefing. We weren't talking. Like I just went to the dance anyway. I ended up giving her a ride home. We ended up talking, and nothing really fizzled out from that, for real. So of course we kept seeing each other here and there. I was graduating. She, I think, was a year or two under me. So I graduated. I ended up breaking up with the girl I was going with senior year. And from there, like, she calls me. Like, and we just start hanging out. Like, just on the humbug. And I'm talking about in a snap of a finger, she calls me talking about she pregnant. I'm talking about the whole, I can't believe this. Like, well, I mean, you can believe it because I'm a person of accountability, reality. We know what makes this situation happen. I heard a comedian say one time, like, sex is the only thing, we do everything to make a baby and not expect a baby. Like, we put all the ingredients together for a cake, put it in the oven, and pray that a cake doesn't come out. You see what I'm saying? So you want to cry to me about how this horrible thing is happening. And I've always been a man that stands on I guess you could say, stands on consequences, because I believe that if you're willing to do the crime, you should be apparently ready for the time, because most of the 90% of the stuff we get into, we know 80% of the outcomes. We know the negative parts. We know, like, oh, if this goes bad, most likely this and this and this is going to happen. We can't predict exactly the levels of where that person's going to take it. No. But, so I kind of just, I was ready. I wanted my own family. I wanted a big family. I wanted a lot of kids. Even as a teenager, I have a big family. But I'm kind of like the black sheep. I'm not close like that with them. So I kind of wanted my own, like, big circle, with tight family in the household. Brothers, I got one brother, he's 19 years older than me, I believe. A sister, 18 years older than me. Another sister, 17 years, like, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, I have all these components of the family, but they weren't together. And I wanted to build mine together. And like I was saying earlier, like, because of how I grew up, I knew what I wanted, but I didn't know how to obtain it. All I knew was the unhealthy ways that people went through relationships while I was growing up. So I had to bump my head, and this is one of my brick walls where I banged my head a couple times. But anyway, so she gets pregnant. And, of course, I'm like, shit, just graduated. I wasn't to college, like, bound, like, I'm going to MIT, Harvard. I just was kind of like, I need to make money. All my life has been like that. My dad died. I had to take care of home. That's all I knew. That's the only mindset I could ever fathom, was making money. How do I progress without being negative, without this, causing destruction to my own community, because I was also conscious of that too. And so I ended up getting signed up for school in PA, which I don't know how to describe that, but that's a horror story in its own. It was a good and a bad experience because I was doing it for the right reasons, but the outcome didn't go so well. So I'm going to school, trying to do it out. Me and BabyMoms is arguing all the time because she want me to come back, want me to come back, want me to come back. But I can't. I can't just jump back any old time. I had to work. Like, even though I was going to school, I didn't live in a dorm. I didn't go to a technical, like, I went to a technical college where we learned about cars. I didn't go to no school where you had a dorm. It was like Akron U or Kent State. I went to Biotech. I'm thinking 9 months, I can get out here and start making 125 grand. That's the story they tell you. The story they feed you when they try to tell you this shit. So I go off to school, move out there. I'm working hard. I'm talking about 20-hour days, thinking that this is the steps I'm making to become the man I need to be for the family I'm about to have. Oh, so Jesse's birth happens. I'm boom, right back to the city. Pulls up to the hospital. She in labor. Now, I know about labor, but I don't know about labor. The first kid. So she goes in labor. Motherfucker takes 36 hours to come out. I'm like, damn. When the motherfucking microwave beep, I can open the door. It's ready. Y'all called me like the motherfucker was halfway out waiting for me to catch him. I get there, I'm waiting like, oh shit. Now the school that I was going to had very strict like attendance regulations because of how short the course was. It was like cram packing a lot of information to you time. So fast forward a long story, and paperwork got messed up. I had to retake the class. Paperwork got messed up. They tell me back in 2003 that I would have to reapply to get back into the classes, and the next opening wasn't until 2005. 2 whole years from the date that it was. I can't do that. I don't even like the place that I'm in. It was treating me very bad. Like outside the school was all right. The people at the school was okay. The neighborhood, the city, the place I was in was horrible. Like, I couldn't wait to come back home. Damn. So I come back. I moved back. You know, new dad. She had the baby. I was here. I knew I had to retake the class, so I stayed for like a week. Then I went back to work. Kept working till I thought the class was gonna come back up. They told me I had to reapply, so I left. I came back here. I come back here, and I'm trying to be dad. Like, what? Of course, I'm trying to be dad as you see on TV. Like I said, ain't no man wasn't in my house to show me. Ain't no man was in a lot of the houses that I went to show me kind of how to navigate the relationships out. So I'm trying to be the dad. But of course, like, we start having troubles. Like, most people would look at a situation like ours, me and my baby mom situation, and say, like, damn, nigga, you did this and you did that. Yeah, but y'all don't think about what the other side of the teeter-totter was. Excuse me. There's a evened out scale. Like, every action has a reaction, and most of the time, the reaction is based off the actions you did. So when I came back, I went straight to work. I'm talking about, I wasn't back a week. Had me a full-time job working 7 days a week. So I was working second shift because that was what they just gave me. That I hate that shit now, but that's what they gave me at the time. I was working second shift. So I'm coming home 12, 1, and they let me get overtime. I'm working till 2 in the morning, but I'm coming home and there's people in my house. Not just people, it's other hard legs. I'm like, wait a minute. I pay bills here. Ain't none of this shit supposed to be happening in my shit at this late, and I'm supposed to just deal with it, basically. Like, and I'm not the jealous type. I know the first thing no one's gonna do. Oh, you probably didn't let her do that. I'm not the jealous type. You with me? Go out, because a person gonna do what they want to do. I'm gonna just say this right this thing. If you don't learn nothing from me, learn this. A person gonna be who they want to be. You can try to track a motherfucker 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And you can blink twice. If they wanted to figure out how to get that shit in their time, they will. They will make it seem magical. So stop beating yourself up racking your brain, taking years off your life with stress about some shit you literally cannot control for real. So, if you with me, you like, hey, I want to go out with my girls. Goodbye. Have a good one. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be here chilling with the baby. We going to watch some movies, chill and shit, so this and that. I'm waking up. She ain't here. She waking up 10 o'clock coming home. So, eventually, you know what I'm saying, I ended up stopped working second shift and moved to first shift. I'm thinking like maybe if I'm here at the house, we good. The next thing you know, motherfuckers start pulling up to the house at 3 in the morning, knocking on the door like they lit it. Like this a normal thing. Like it's going like that at 3 in the morning. So of course I'm spazzing. I'm young and wild. Like, oh yeah, anybody out there getting smoke. I'm talking about big call for house alarm, fire, nigga, smoke going. So like, I'm punching holes in walls. It's crazy at this point. So eventually, in my mind, these are what they say. Can you stand the rain? So in my mind, I gotta bang this out. We gotta get through this. Even though I know I can't trust this woman, we gotta get through this because this is the rain you gotta step through. But I couldn't get over that feeling like I didn't have proof that these things were happening, but there was enough evidence, enough footprints that led me to the door. I just couldn't see through the window. You understand? You know what I mean? So I was like, fuck it. We're gonna raise this kid, but I'm out here too. And I don't get me wrong, I did bad, and my bad don't overcounted her bad. I done brought some of the bitches to her own birthday party that we celebrate together. So yes, I'm not. This is not a bash of neither baby mom nor baby dad. This is a perspective on how a situation can be based on both sides of the story, based on two sides of the coin. Like, stop looking at the one side and deciding like just because it looks like a quarter, everything's all good. Because that other side, they could be selling you the same thing and you got a fake coin. So just check me out. Listen to me. So yeah, I'm out here doing my thing. So she catches me. That's a funny story. I mean, I ain't one of them dumbass niggas. You know what I'm saying? So when she came, I come home from work one time and she like, who's Tony? Didn't even speak, bro. I didn't even speak. Walked right past her in the living room, hit them stairs. Right. She come out the room right behind me like, what the fuck is you doing? You ain't even gonna talk about it? Hell no, I'm about to pack my shit and go to my mom. I ain't even gonna sit here and have a conversation. Because if you told me, if you saying that name as clear as day as you saying it, y'all had a conversation. This ain't an assumption at this point. I'm not oblivious to certain things. I'm like, wait a minute. This is a name you should not know at all. Definitely as a female. So if you ask me who the hell is Tony, who is she? I just talked to Tony, who is she? Like, oh, wait, I ain't about to argue with you. You already know the deal. Well, I don't need to tell you. She told you. I ain't even going to try to fight you for it. So I did. You know what I mean? Of course, baby mom, we try again. Moving to mom's, try again. I get another apartment because when I came back from Pennsylvania, she had got a house through her brother, and that's where I was paying the bills at. That's where the house was. And then I went back to my mom's house. She moved out of the house because it was just her and the baby. It was, you know what I'm saying? She didn't really, at that time, she hadn't got her diploma. I was pushing her to get her GED and shit, but she didn't graduate. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But so I get an apartment in Kenmore. We move out there. Now I'm working third shift. And I still work third shift now. Like, I like third shift anyway. But anyway, you got to be secure to work third shift. Because I would be at work calling her on my break, like 1 o'clock in the morning. Hello? She's like, hello? I'm like, what, you sleep? She know, I'm watching a movie. What you and Jesse watching? She's like, oh, I ain't had Jesse sleep. She's talking about her friend Heather is at her boyfriend's house with him and his cousin watching a movie. To me, it sounded like a double date. Fuck all of that. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. When I left the house, you was in the bed damn near asleep. What the fuck happened? It was 10:30 when I left. Damn near like, as soon as I closed the door, you got up and got the jazz in it. And then you all of a sudden at another motherfucker's house having a double date. While I'm at the house, literally, my mom old school. If my brothers and sisters is 18, 19 years older than me, imagine how old my mom is. You see what I'm saying? My mom had me at like 38, so I'm old school. So I was trying to do the traditional thing, like, baby, you ain't gotta work. I take care of all of this. And I was. House, got a car, had us both have phones and shit like that, until she broke the one. But anyway, that's how I got caught up, she broke it. Anyway. Fuck all that. So, shit, it was hell. It was literal hell, like, and then, like, she wasn't doing the thing, like, I ain't a traditional woman type thing. I may try to play the traditional man role, but I'll help. I'll cook. I'll clean. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind, you know what I'm saying, doing for you, even though I went to work. You know what I'm saying? That's not a problem for me. But then you can't return a thing like, ladies, stop using this as a technicality. I say, hey, baby, you good as long as I keep you, the house is clean and you keep a nigga fed. When we never do anything and the house is never dirty, it stays clean. But then you can't count feeding me as bologna sandwiches, grilled cheeses. Oh, we got some noodles. No, man, feed a nigga like I'm a grown ass man. Make me my last name Hall. Just let that sink in. You don't think I want a motherfucking plate? A whole plate? This bitch making me bologna sandwiches and chips like I'm a kindergartner at daycare every day. Like, who the fuck do this? And I'm paying massive bills and breaking you all bread. No, ain't none of that. So yeah, we end up breaking up. She go back to mom's. Gotta go back to Mom Dukes. You can't appreciate the luxuries of hog manner. You gotta go back to Mom Dukes. So she go back to Mom Dukes. That was a whole thing. Of course, this is the first baby mom. I'm still trying to make the whole thing, the whole family thing happen. I'm trying to make the whole family package a thing. You know what I mean? So, of course, we kind of talking, but we not talking because we still kind of bickering, but we fucking. She pops up pregnant. Now this time, it's a whole different situation. This was my second son, Graydon. It's my dog. Like Jesse, we knew he was a professor. Like he had that mind from a kid. From a kid, he used to say words that we didn't even use around him. Like, where did you even hear these words for? Like, how you 6 years old? No, I think it was like 7 or 8. Ride past a horse. Say, like, I never seen a horse in person. That was a unique experience. What the fuck? Who the fuck are you? What? You know what I'm saying? But Grady, that nigga had like physical aptitude. Like when we did stuff and I try to work on stuff with him with drills, he get them shits perfect. He like, oh, you gotta go up with this hand and this leg, boom. Most kids kind of fumble. Oh, how we do the left hand one? Like this, boom. How we do the jump? Like he was physically aptitude and he was smart. He just didn't need to be this kind of like the head of the class dude. He knew his shit. He read people. You know what I mean? And I hope they had a chance to just thrive and all of that. And I'm going to figure that out because that battle with them ain't over. We going to battle. I'm still going to fight that battle. And I might take a couple shots, you know what I'm saying, with some hurtful things. And y'all can say what y'all feel. But y'all got to respect enough to hear me out. You know what I mean? But with Graydon, their mom was even like, kind of like, oh, I've been messing with this dude in Cleveland and he made blah, blah, blah money and he already got custody of his twins and he had good this and that and it's probably him. He got good hair, this and that. I'm like, sweet. That's less stress that I got to deal with you. Kind of find out she tell this motherfucker that she pregnant. This nigga tells her to get rid of it. After she sat there and dogged me out all that time about hoping it was him and how good of a nigga this is, he telling her to find a way to get rid of it. He said, I'm raising 2 daughters right now. I ain't trying to do that. Do another one. So she come to me, because he stopped answering the calls like, if I test, he know I still been messing with you. If I test you and I prove that you not the dad, then he going to have to take the test. which I thought was a dumbass thing, but I want to exclude me in first anyway. So, man, why I get this test back and I had more nines on that motherfucker than my first son. It was like 99.999999999. God damn it. And that motherfucker mine, man. And so I took him in. It was kind of weird though, like, cause when Jesse was born, I had trouble like being able to get to take him. I guess it's like the first child thing. I had trouble kind of trying to get to take him by myself so I can like spend my daddy time. Cause we wasn't together a lot. When she was at her mom's house, we definitely weren't together. Cause they fucking hated me in the beginning. They thought I was a piece of shit. My baby mom is white. Her parents are white, and they just thought I was some crazy nigga from the street, just out here wilding out. But yeah, I was mad. Yeah, I fought. But I had a good heart. I had the right reasons, just wrong tactics. So she kind of like on Jesse's first birthday, we got into it. She wouldn't let me see her. Grady's first birthday, no problem. Jesse's next birthday, I got to see him, but it was not on the day. Grady's birthday, she called me and gave him to me on his birthday. And it was kind of weird to me, but it didn't matter as long as I got to see my kids. I don't stress all that extra shit. You know what I'm saying? And we kept getting into it about money. I remember one time, I don't even try to get into these stories. I remember one time, I dropped my cousin, Rob Loke was with me, little cuz. He was real little at the time. Anyway, so I go to drop my son off. We arguing because I don't like how she been spending my money. My kids don't look like they getting no new clothes, but she got matching outfits with Tim's and shit. So, like, we arguing, so I go back to the van, and I'm like, damn, I forgot the bottle. So I run up to the house to give her the bottle. She slammed the door in my face. I fucking punched a hole through that bitch. Definitely did. But it's been a lot of, like, back and forth, and we were bickering. But I still wanted time with my son. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck how we doing. I didn't have nobody to motherfucking guide me. You think I'm just gonna openly allow my kids to be out here without no guidance? I don't give a fuck who out here telling y'all I ain't seen my kids. Best believe that ain't without effort. Like, that ain't without, like, trying to be there, get there. Like, I done been through child support. That's a whole segment in itself. I call them motherfuckers the mafia. Child support, that's the motherfucking mafia. And the baddest thing about it, I was the nigga on the street. I was the nigga with the business watching everybody else get protected. Like, oh shit, thinking that everybody else was getting protected. Oh, they pay them taxes and don't nobody rob them or bother them. So my dumb ass go down there and sign the fuck up. Cause I'm like, nah, this bitch trying to milk me for everything I got. If I can have y'all step in, y'all at least look out for me. Tell them I ain't gotta pay them all my goddamn money. Come to find out they wanted more than that. It wasn't even giving her all of it. I was like, oh, shit. But anyway. So, like, we was arguing about money, all that shit, man. So, man, I done tried. Like, motherfuckers, like, man, like, when you say, like, a deadbeat, like, or, like, ain't no way because it's been this long, you ain't tried. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I used to fall in a trap. This is a trap I used to fall in. I would try to go all through these ways at first. And for a while, I was broke. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't, shit, I ain't even on top. Right now, shit, I'm lightweight fucked up now trying to raise 3 kids by myself. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying I ain't got a little help from, shout out to people that do be helping me and shit like that. But it ain't like I got motherfuckers, I ain't on no assistance at all. Not for my bills, not for my rent, not for my food. My car, I pay for myself, everything, you know what I'm saying? So, anyway, I used to be fucked up. So, to get visitation, you get a courts. You got to go to the courts, and you got to pay per child. It's like $300 some per child to file the papers. So, when I filed it the first time, we had a discrepancy in the courtroom because of course, she didn't agree with the court order or wanted me to see them at all for whatever reason. And I would fall in the trap of like, she'll call me when she really needs something, like school's coming up, and she'll be like, the kids need school clothes and shoes. Now, this is while paying child support. No problem. You know, you got to send the kids. You don't know what size shoe they wear. It's like, fine, pick them up Friday. So from that point on, I can pick them up every Friday. Now, this is only in contingency that I complete all the tasks that she asked of me. And they have to be to her liking. Like, if I took them to go get shoes, I couldn't get Air Forces. I couldn't get, like, the little flashy, like, the little Vans and stuff like that. That even though they nice as hell, or they look good with a nice outfit, she wanted me, I had to get Jordans. So, LeBron, why you ain't get the Jordans? Why you ain't get the LeBron? That's like that. You know they're going to run through these shoes. So what? I'll buy them some more. It's my motherfucking money. I want to. And on top of that, I'm not that person. I didn't walk around in Jordans. Because I didn't believe that my stature was dependent on what I had on. It was the value of the person I was. And I wanted to, I'll make sure I teach my kids that. Like, don't look at the motherfucker with Jordans like as if this nigga done accomplished something, because a lot of these Jordan wearing motherfuckers, these fanatics, is living in their mom's basement, sneaking girls in the basement while their mom sleep, not even allowed to have company at their mom's crib. You know what I'm saying? Well, me, I wear Fila's, Polos, and Adidas, and I got my own shit. It's all in my own shit. You know what I mean? So I try to teach my kids that. I try to make sure they understand that. Value who you are, not what you have on. Come on, man. It ain't what's on you, it's what's in you, baby. And, shit, where was I? So, I got my visitation through her as long as I obey. But as soon as she be like, let me get $20, man, I ain't even got it. I bounced job from job. For the most part, I was paying child support because I'm not a nigga that ran from jobs. I just smoked a lot of weed. Jobs don't like that. Even though I'm one of the best workers they be having, it's just one of their rules. So be it. Anyway, so I jumped out of the job. So before I can get paid, she asked me for some money. I be like, oh, I don't got it. Oh, you can't ask one of your bitches? Like, our son, like, 13 years old. We ain't been together since our second son was born. How are you still talking this shit? How are you still possibly even saying anything about this? Like, at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get the fuck over it. You know what I'm saying? And it pissed me off, man. It pissed me off. And I'm putting this out there. It pissed me off because during them good times when I'm obeying, I say that specifically because I had to do it the way she did it. It's an obey. It's not a request. It's not a help. It's an obey. So, as long as I was obeying, she started talking to me like we cool. Bitch, when we become friends all of a sudden after you just dogged me for like 4 or 5 months? And now that I'm doing everything you want, we friends? You want to tell me how you tired of paying all the bills by yourself? Nigga can't keep a job and shit like that? You better, hey. Like, I ain't here for that. I ain't even trying to dog the nigga out like this. But the thing is, how you gonna dog me for the times that I may not have something at that moment, but then this is who you choose to live with? You know what I'm saying? And then blame me. I remember she had another nigga before, and them niggas had the nerve to call me for the electric bill. And I'm paying good child support at the time. I don't support no goddamn adults. I'll take the kids until you get your shit together before I pay the electric bill. Off the dribble, for real. And that's how I feel, because if I'd have paid that electric bill, I'd have always been paying something. Because she'd have always been up there, oh, but your kids live here. That man live there too. He eat food, he flick on lights. That motherfucker watching TV, he probably play the game more than my kids. See what I'm saying? But you want to judge me. And a lot of y'all baby moms do that. And I've been the nigga sitting in front of a girl. And she'll be dogging her baby dad out. This nigga, all he do is play child support. This motherfucker don't do shit. I hate a nigga that's all I do. It's like, well, if you see my situation, you would just say, I just pay child support. Which I do now because I will just get milk for it. Oh, but you different because I know you actually want to see your kid. Now I'm questioning, do they want to see their kids? Now I'm just hearing it from you. You know what I mean? You saying all of this negative stuff, not knowing that you kind of bashing me on top of it, not knowing that it's a whole situation in between there. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna, like, babe, how you gonna, like, talk shit to me about me not having something this time when this is who you choose to call your fiance? And this ain't just one or two times. Everybody wanna everybody wants somebody they can call theirs. I just think you work too hard to have that image instead of actually building a relationship, a personal relationship. Like, when I see my son, like, you should see the son I raised. Like, I have a son that I raised without his mom at all. And the values he's had, the way he holds himself to people. You know what I mean? Because I taught him that strength. You know what I'm saying? Speak up when people talking to you. Look at them. Express yourself. You ain't got to be aggressive and be talking about fighting just to express yourself. I can tell you I don't like something without having to tell you I'm going to slap you about it. You know? I'm just, you know what I'm saying? With this first baby mom, man, I'm just tired, man. It's so old. Because all the shit she can talk about is years old. All I want to do is build a relationship with my kids at this point. That's it. The last time I ran into it, this is the last physical sight and that I had. I'm dropping off this a couple years ago. My mom had been gone for a couple years, but she didn't let the kids go to the funeral or that. Act like she didn't get in touch. She didn't know. She got other people. She not my friend on Facebook, but she got other family members. My family tell me that they friends with her. Anyway, but I'm dropping a homeboy off from work. And next you know, this white car. Now before that, we right down the street. I tap homeboy like, hey, that look like one of my sons. I'm like, damn close to one of my sons. I'm thinking in my head like I just miss my kids. Cause I do. But I kept going down like another block, maybe 3/4 another block. Then I stopped at my homeboy's house. I'm talking to him. I look over to see pull out. Here's boom, that white truck that I seen that kid get out of, caddy corner, boom, blocks me in. I can't even pull out forward. This bitch hops out on me like, motherfucker, I got a lawyer. Motherfucker's talking about you looking for me. What you looking for me for, motherfucker? I'm like, yeah. Well, you know I'm trying to see my kid. I ain't gonna argue with you. You know I'm trying. No, you not. I was like, well, child support sent you a paper asking for your address. They wouldn't give it to me. You denied me. Let me tell you how bad this thing is. I ain't about to keep going on with this one because it's starting to make my temperature go up, and we're gonna move on. But so I go to try to file visitation again. Now the motherfucker done moved, so I don't know where she lives. But I'm like, I'm just gonna file visitation because I'm tired of going through this. It's back and forth. Like, getting too old for this. So I go down for visitation. They tell me I need to have the physical address. I said I don't know if she moved. Ain't it something I could pay y'all to find it for me, to help me, you know what I'm saying, get the address? He's like, no, we don't do that. You can ask child support, call child support. Hey, I need y'all help. It's crazy, y'all always take my money, my bonuses, everything, just because I feel behind on child support. But I need something from y'all. So I ended up having to go down there, talking to them about the situation. They said we could send her a letter saying you request the address, and she has 30 days to respond to deny you the address. I said, sweet, because I've never had a domestic violence. Never had anything that would get me on a restraining order. I've never put my hands on my baby mom. I've never done anything physically. Or I might have talked shit to her when she was pregnant and stuff, like, just as a young dude joking and shit, but I wasn't like, you are never gonna be shit type, you know what I'm saying? Not no mental abuse type thing, you know what I'm saying? I might have been an asshole a couple times. But, you know what I'm saying? There's never been none of that. So I'm like, oh, I'm good then. I'm good. Sweet. So 30 days go by. I go down there. I'm like, what's up with the address? It's telling me she denied me. I'm like, oh shit, how did that happen? What she say? She looked me dead in my eyes, like in these two eyes, like, we don't fact check. I said, so the bitch could tell you whatever, and I just don't get to see my kids. It's just that simple. She was like, basically, ain't no basically. It's exactly like exactly how it is. Like you just literally to my face gonna tell me you don't fact check. So I started asking everybody. If you see Mandy, I need the address. I don't even fuck how you get it to me. I just need to get it on that paper. And this was set a couple of years ago. Now my son about to be 18, and it seems a little bit late. Like I ran into him, and now I'm about to fight for visitation, and motherfucker about to be 18 in less than a month. You know what I mean? So now I'm going through the whole, I'm going to just show up, keep showing up in his job too. I ain't going to be rude or nothing, but if he tell me not to show up, I won't show up. But until then, I'm going to show up and try to have a little conversation. If I got to buy and shop every motherfucking weekend at his job, I'm going to do it. If I can find out a better schedule, I'd be there every lunch break. So we can talk, man. I want to see what his brother doing. You know what I mean? Because, man, look, it's a lot of y'all out there in crazy baby mom, baby dad situations. But y'all forgetting, like y'all get so beyond what the priority was supposed to be. You were blessed with a living being. It is your job to nurture this thing. Like, I don't care if you got to do it from afar. Figure out a way that y'all can kind of give y'all own. Now, if a person is not capable, like, there's no forcing it, no. But if a person is not capable of maintaining healthy relationship, then you got to do what you got to do. But stop judging us dads for how much dollars we have, how much money we put down. Like, yeah, the nigga come see the son, but he don't put no money on shit. Now, if the nigga out here balling, partying, showing himself on Instagram, going on trip, get on that nigga. I'm talking about get niggas to help get on that nigga. Because that's another thing about all these niggas talk about real niggas, talking about, because I get bread, but they ain't taking care of their goddamn kids. Get on them niggas. But a nigga that's fucked up working at McDonald's, and them niggas taking 60%, like damn near 40% of his check, and he just want to come over, he needs you maybe to drop them off. Okay, it may get tiring, but by you supporting him may help him believe in himself. See, y'all just think about most people just think about what's it going to affect them now. Like, if I have to do this for you, it's going to happen. Then every day, I'm going to have to do this and that. But think about the person you're doing it for. Does that person have values? Does that person have morals to say, like, damn, this person used to be up. This person used to always have my back. That's how we got to where we at now. So I'm going to have his back regardless, even if it bends minds a little bit. Because I know when minds start to break, he going to be there to catch it. Or they going to be there to catch it. She going to be there to catch it. It doesn't matter. Stop using the petty things, the things that don't matter. Yes, few things of material matter. And when I say material, I'm talking about physically tangible, like food. Yeah, you have to buy food. Does it have to be Chipotle? No. Does it have to be wasabi? No. Does it have to be fucking steak? No. But it has to be food. Clothes. That's a necessity. Does it have to be goose down? No. Does it have to be motherfucking true religion? No. You know what I'm saying? Stop looking at things and making that the value of a person. You see what I'm saying? Like, we spend too much time judging, all based off opinions that we see on a daily basis, like mainly on social media, mainly on everything that people can display on, like whatever you can show a picture or tell people about yourself on. People are out here giving their opinion, and that's not the problem. It's the problem. The people who just sucking it all in as actual fact and taking it onto their lives as if they actually went through the experience. Excuse me, because hearing about an experience and going through it is very, very different. Very different. You understand? So stop making so many judgments, man. all the time. Like, I've dealt with this. Like, this only baby mom number one. Just imagine the story continues, and some of the baby moms is this probably the first one was probably the hardest because I wanted the family so bad. Not a clue how to good. I don't even know. Shit, I'm single now. Shit, I still ain't figured it out, but I'm working on me. I figured out how to work on me now. You know what I mean? I was always trying to work on how to make a person happy, but now I'm concerned about what makes me happy. That's how we got here. Alone. Always live outside normal expectations. I take pride in being outside what everybody else wants to be. You know what I'm saying? Even as a father. Like, I know, like, guy I was riding with, we was kind of stopping by the house before going to the gym, and I was saying, like, oh, I'm going to see my son, boom, here. See my other son here. And he was laughing, like, it's crazy how you know your kids like that. And you don't even come straight home, like, all the time, because I work third shift, so they leave. They teenagers, they leave themselves for school, but, yeah, but, because I pay attention. I'm not one of them dads. I never had, like, big-ass parties over here. They never seen no crazy drunk shit pop out, like, because I was a dad first. I'm a friend second. And my friends understood that. My friends understood, like, okay, we might turn up when my son not here at his brother's or at his grandma's house visiting his sister. But when he here, that's to a minimum. When y'all niggas start getting saucy, y'all can go somewhere else with that shit. But for real, that first one, man. And I know a lot of y'all niggas out there got the crazy first baby moms. Shit, most of the niggas from the hood got crazy first baby moms, ugly ass first baby moms. Shit, maybe even bad first baby moms. That bitch done burnt down half your shit. See, shit. I'm saying, talk to me, man. The comment box is there, bro. Hit them comments. Holler at me. This your boy, Jay Hall. And thank you for tuning in to Alone. More episodes coming. Honky!